Welcome to chapter 13 of the book of Joshua, Jesus in the Greek. Another chapter of a recapitulation of many of the conquests of Joshua in land division. It begins, and Jesus presbyteros, being advanced of days. Jesus, Joshua presbyteros, there's no verb was, so it's in italics, an elder, older. And Kyrios said to Esun, you are grown old, advanced of days, and much land is left exceedingly for inheritance. So apparently this has gone on for quite a while with the conquests, and Joshua now is old. And God is summarizing what's happened and going to happen. And he says, and this is the land being left. All the borders of the Philistine. Here we have the word Philistine in the transliterated form. Actually, it's the correct form in the Greek, and it's transliterated into Philistines. In English, you see the phi, the P, and the L. There's the L, I-S, T-I, and so forth. Other places, they're called the allophilos, the other tribes. And the other tribes, allo is other, and philos, we have phylum, comes from that, a tribe, other tribes. And that is a word that is also used in a sort of a derogatory term in places, to be a Philistine, to be a crude or crass type of person. And the Philistines, or the allophilon, became also called the sort of the idea of the being Gentiles, which is a coined word in the New Testament for the nations, the ethnos, and they were not Jews, of course. And it says, so what was left was the borders of the Philistines, and that's all down here on this map. Philistia, from Gaza, they call it the Gaza Strip today, is down here. This is where there's a lot of battle, or not battle, but problems with the people there that live there now, the Palestinians, wanting to take over Israel. And the West Bank is down here, Hebron and Bethlehem. And the Palestinians are giving the Jews a lot of problems. The Jews have walled or fenced off this area, and the Palestinians are sending over people and shooting over and throwing grenades or fire bombs and sending balloons with torches on them to burn the fields around here and so forth. So even today, the Philistines are causing problems. And this was left, they weren't able to take it. And all Geshurite and the Canaanite, and the Geshur is not exactly sure where Geshur is, but I looked it up and didn't really have any place in particular, but someplace in Canaanite, all this area, from the uninhabited part by the face of Egypt, which is going down south here off of the map to the left, which would have been the Sinai Desert, unto the borders of Ekron. And here's Ekron right here. At the left of the Canaanites. The Canaanites would have been more over in here, which is counted in addition to the 5 satrapies of the Philistines. You can add this satrap pies to your English derivatives book, 4568-1. Pente, a pentagon, 5. To Gaza, that would be down here. Ashdod, here. and to the Ashkelonites here, the Gittites, I think it would be Gath, and to the Ekronites, which is right here. And to the Evite, from out of Teman, in all the land of Canaan from Gaza, and the Sidonians unto Aphek, unto the borders of the Amorites. And that would be going up further here. In all the land of Gavai, of the Philistines, in all Lebanon, from the east sun, from Baal-Gad unto under Mount Hermon, and Mount Hermon is up here. And now where Baal-Gad is, it doesn't have it on this map, but this is Lebanon today, Tyre, Sidon, all this area. Unto the entrance of Hamath. The entrance of Hamath is interesting, as that's considered the northern boundary. If you go to Ezekiel 48:1, you'll see that the future Israel, the northernmost boundary of Israel, will be at the entrance of Hamath, which is up off of this map, up by the Euphrates River, would be way up here. And the entrance of Hamath is where the peoples would come when they crossed over and came down into Israel. And it says, then every one dwelling in the mountainous area from Lebanon up here unto Mesiroth Maim, and all the ones of Sidon, there it is up there, I will utterly destroy them from the face of the sons of Israel. But you distribute it to Israel by lot, in which manner I charged you. So apparently some places hadn't been taken, but God says he will utterly destroy them. Could be even a future event for today. And now, portion this land by lot of inheritance to the 9 tribes, the land, this would be the land over here, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, 9.5, to the ones with him, and that starts here in a new one, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, to the ones with him, to Reuben and to Gad. They received their inheritance, which Moses gave to them on the other side of the Jordan. So they have this whole land over here, those 2.5 tribes. According to the rising of the sun, that would be east, and that's that direction, east. Moses, the servant of the Lord, granted to them. So these 2.5 tribes took this land because it was good for grazing, the land of Gilead, but they said that they would go in first to fight when the other tribes all went in to take this land. So they took that land from Aror, which is upon the edge of the stream of Arnon. And I think the Arnon. Right, the Arnon is way down here. And the city in the midst of the ravine, and all Misor and Medeba unto Dibon. So that would have been up in here. There's Medeba right there. In all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, and that would be right here, unto the borders of the sons of Ammon, and there's Ammon. And Gilead, there's Gilead, and the borders of the Geshurites. Doesn't have the Geshurites, I'm not exactly sure about them. And the Malachites, all Mount Hermon. Now Hermon's way up here. And all Bashan unto, and there's Bashan here, unto Salca, which isn't on this map, I don't believe. And all the, no, it didn't jump, kingdom of Og in Bashan. That's where Og was king, who reigned in Ashtaroth, right here, and in Edrei. This one was left from the remnant of the giants who we have talked about in the past, the Rephaim and the so forth, these giant people, and mention how large his bed was. And it says, for Moses struck him and utterly destroyed him. But The sons of Israel did not utterly destroy the Geshurite and the Malachite. And the king of the Geshurites and the Malachites dwelt among the sons of Israel until this day, which I'm not exactly sure where those two were. Except to the tribe of Levi, there was not given an inheritance. The Lord, God of Israel, this is their inheritance, to serve to God for the temple and so forth, and the duties of the Levites and the Levitical cities scattered throughout Israel, as the Lord said to them. And Moses gave to the tribe of the sons of Reuben, according to their peoples. Now that would be over in here. And their boundaries were from Aror, which is by the face of the ravine of Arnon down south, and the city of the ravine of Arnon, and all Mesor and Medeba unto Heshbon, right up here. This would have all been Reuben. And all their cities being in Mesor and Dibon, and Baal-moth Baal, and the house of Baal-meon, and Jahaza, Kedemoth Mephatha. They're not on this map. Kiriathaim, Sibma, Zerath, Serah, and in Mount Emak. And these mounts are, we would call hills, are not real high, 3,000 feet or so. And Beth Peor, Ashdod, Pisgah. And I believe they're right down in here. Pisgah is where Moses went up, I believe. And all the cities of Mesor and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, which reigned in Heshbon, here, whom Moses struck, he and the leaders of Midian, even Evi and Rokom and Sur and Hor, Ur and Rovah, rulers of Sihon, dwelling in the land. No, I'm not sure where Sihon was. And Balaam, son of Beor, that would have been down in Moab, was also here. Balaam, the son of Beor, the clairvoyant, and he's mentioned in Numbers 22 and was hired by King Balak to come and curse the Jews who they saw were all down here on the valley, and he came up and instead of cursing, he blessed them. But he was killed, the sons of Israel killed by the broadsword in the routing of the enemy. Now Balaam is sort of a good, bad side to Balaam. He didn't want to go, but the money sounded good, and he ended up going to Balak, and Balak wanted him to curse Israel, and he blessed him instead, but yet he was involved in Baal Peor with these sexual rites that pulled many of the sons of Israel away from God, and so ends up he was killed by the broadsword when they were taking all this land before they crossed over. And the borders of the sons of Reuben, the Jordan boundary, and that was the Jordan River is here. This is the inheritance of the sons of Reuben according to their peoples, the cities and their properties. And Moses gave inheritance to the sons of Gad according to their peoples. And their borders were Jazer and all the cities of Gilead. That's Bezer. Don't see Jazer, but Gilead is all here. And half of the land of the sons of Ammon, who are right here. So this is all Gad. Unto Aror, which is against the face of Rabbah. And from Heshbon unto Ramoth by Mizpah, Betonim, and from Mahanaim unto the borders of Debir, and Enamek, Beth-aram, and Beth-nimrah, Succoth, and Zaphon, and the remaining kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, here, on the other side of the Jordan from the east. And then in the Jordan shall define the bounds unto part of the sea of Hanareth, and that's the Sea of Galilee. And it has the right Hanareth spelled there, good. This is the inheritance of the sons of Gad, according to their peoples and according to their cities and their properties. And Moses gave to the half-tribe of Manasseh, and it became to the halves of the tribe of the sons of Manasseh, according to their peoples. And their borders were from Mahanaim, and don't see it, and all the kingdom of Bashan, that's up here, and all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in the land of Bashan, 60 cities, even half of Gilead, so they took part of Gilead, and in Ashtaroth, and in Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. These were to the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, and to the half tribe, and to the half of the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, according to their peoples. These are which Moses gave to inherit in the wilderness of Moab. So Moses is over here in the wilderness of Moab, which is right down here on the east side of the Jordan of Jericho. On the other side of the Jordan by Jericho, from the east. And to the tribe of Levi, Moses did not give an inheritance. The Lord God of Israel, he is their inheritance, in which manner he said to them. All of this is about the land and the allocations, and it continues in chapter 14 with the land being allocated to the other tribes and so forth. Hope you'll join us and learn about all of this land and who took what. Find out in the next video seminar. Till then, God bless.